Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're checking out when the civilization started over episode 2. So, in the last episode, we saw civilization start, and and we saw the first country form, which was the red team. They expanded a lot, and they expanded down here, but the blue team broke away from them. And they tried to expand more this way, but they also lost some land over here. But before that happened, people from these two countries left and formed the Koreans. And basically, they wanted to get away from their government because they were too expansionist. But these guys are mad about this. So let's get straight into this video. So in the first event is going to be the red team is going to go around the blue team area and take over the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and they begin to go along over to these islands here. They colonize all these islands, and then they begin their expansion all into Sumatra. What is this island called? I forgot. I'll look it up when I get home. But India is pretty good at expanding their country here. But it's gonna catch up to them eventually, because they're very close to collapsing. But for now, they will take just a little bit more land on this island, and just a bit more over here. For now, this is all they're gonna have. And that's what India is gonna look like now. But they'll also expand their country a little bit up to here, along this little, border into China, and also up here into, right here. And also a little bit over here. So, yeah, a lot has happened since the last episode took place. But, there's still gonna be more events taking place. Let's get into our next event. I'm just gonna pretty this up a little bit more. That looks better. So the next part, so these countries are still pretty small, so they're probably gonna expand a bit. So we see this Burmese country expand their country into Vietnam, claiming all of this jungle area, and also taking whatever this island's called, and going along the Chinese coast.
Hey there. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Yeah. And they also will take a bunch of this land over here, getting very close to the Koreans. Why, you may ask? Well, what? Well, they know the Koreans are over there now, because they sent explorers out there to find out where some of their population went. And, well, they found out that some of their population is in this country. And they're getting ready to invade the country. They also take a bit of the Filipino islands here. Northern Filipino island. And also a bit of Borneo as well. But, there's gonna be a lot happening. The next thing will need to do is look at this Arabian country here. They will expand quite a bit. Is this their actual color? Yeah. They will expand quite a bit, taking a bunch of this Arabian land. Reaching the Sinai Peninsula and claiming that entire landmass. And they begin to take over land and reach the Caspian Sea, which they take the southern coast of it. And looking something like this. Their country has expanded a lot. But I don't think that will last forever, because the population of this country is not very expansionist. Meanwhile, the country leader is pretty expansionist, as you can see here. So we see this country kind of looking like the Arabian Empire. This.
Hello. How are you?
Shut up.
I do.
Exist.
Oh, okay. Okay, you're just saying.
Yeah, and they also take this island here. And they begin to go over here into a bit of African lands. And eventually, this will be the final straw for eventually they will look something like this. And now we'll look at the Koreans, where they claim a lot of land here. They claim this entire land area of Japan and take over Hokkaido. The entire island of Hokkaido is under their control. They also start to take the Kuril Islands. And then they start to take a lot of this Russian land here. Getting something like this. Of course, they won't be stopping. You guys aren't very expansionist right now. These guys aren't really expansionist. But they do want to expand their country to, like have keep their so their population doesn't get too crowded. So they will be expanding along here and taking a bunch. Just a bunch of like just a
You get back on.
okay, and just a bunch of this land along the Chinese area, just getting a little more for their country or empire, I guess. Don't know for sure what they would be. But yeah, they will look something like this. I don't know how I feel like about these borders right now. And for this next event, we're gonna see the red team expand their country a bit. They start taking more and more of this Indonesian area, these Indonesian areas, and taking a lot of these islands along here. And they eventually take Timor, the island of Timor, and they begin to move along here. And now we see this area is kind of far away from the country. So these guys decide to break away. I'm gonna try and find a good color to do. I think this color looks good. These guys decide to break away from the nation here. Starting in the island of Timor. And spreading and taking over all of these islands that the Indians just took. And are basically just, basically like, good. Basically they're like, so they take over a bunch of their country's land here, and they will get their independence. The red team is forced to give them independence, and we can now look at what their capital will be. Their capital will be over here in this island here, which I don't know the name of for some reason. But the red team might not learn their lesson because more parts of their country are deciding to break away. Specifically this Borneo area of their country. These guys are fed up with the government of their country, because they don't really care about their newest lands too much. They just decide to break away and form their own nation. And yeah, there's a lot of events here. They also will expand over into this area over here. and just taking a lot of land. Okay, that's not what I meant. And they take a lot of this land area here. Yeah, they take all of this. And the red team is forced to give them their independence as well. Let's see where their capital will be. I'm just trying to do this as quickly as possible. They will put their capital right over here. One last thing for the red team here. They will be losing the orange team. This orange area. This area is fed up with the government also. They just want to be free. Just like their fellows down south of them, and they also take this island. And yeah, the red team / India is just not doing pretty well. They might actually collapse soon enough. All of this could have been the red team if they expanded slowly, but they did not. And these guys, their capital will be, if I can get the right color, their capital will be right here. The blue team, seeing the opportunity, will begin to take over. We'll start to take this land from the Indians. And they will begin their invasion, aiming to capture any major cities. And they make sure to take as much land as possible, because they just wanted to jump in on this opportunity to get revenge. The red team is not really doing too well, because the blue team is already doing too good, doing very well against them. To make matters even worse, this country will also begin to invade them. As you can see, I'm actually using brighter colors to show that their forces are in the country. So we are seeing this Arabian country invading into the red team, because these guys are really expansionist. They capture a lot of this land. The blue team now reaches down over here, taking Sri Lanka where the red team first began, capturing a lot of their land, and eventually capturing their capital. And the red team is going to surrender over to their invaders. Let's look at this peace treaty. Okay, so the peace treaty will be So the blue team will get a lot of their land over here. A lot of the red team's old land here. Specifically this newly incorporated land. And like, they take a lot of this. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. And they're basically... And the blue team is kind of strong. Even though they did come out of the red team. And this country here will be taking a lot of this land over here. Just right here. Don't know what that is. What is that? But yeah, this country here is expanding a lot. Their team might be collapsing pretty soon. So we're gonna see a new country being formed. This one is gonna be this color right here. But these guys are forming because all their countries are very expansionist. Specifically, these two. I think I'm gonna like shift their color just a bit. Yeah, something like this. So these guys are gonna flee over here. So they start their country over here instead of Africa. And their population. Is like very big because a lot of people from these countries are fleeing to this new civilization here. But we're gonna see these guys get their capital right here. And that'll do it for today's episode. Goodbye.